我是潮州人，我是潮州人。
I'm Teochew.
Amid the hustle and bustle of our cosmopolitan lifestyles, amid the towering buildings that lock us within this concrete jungle, sometimes we can't help but wonder, who are we exactly? The answer to this elusive question lies herein.
Do you speak dialects frequently?
Not really.
Do you speak dialects frequently? Dialects frequently?
Dialect very frequently.
Frequently?
No.
No.
No, I don't. Sorry.
Well, the answer was pretty obvious, wasn't it? But the big question now is,
Food. Food. And more food. After all, Singapore isn't called a foodie's haven for nothing. As we look at the variety of Chinese food existing in Singapore today, we cannot help but wonder, where do all these delicious dishes originate from? It does not take much to figure out that all these dishes actually originate from the different provinces in China and have made their way here just like our forefathers have a long time ago. Simply put, the Chinese food that we have today represents the different dialects present in Singapore. The Cantonese have their dim sum, Hokkien mee comes from the Hokkiens, the Teochews have the simple Teochew fish porridge, the Hainanese have their world-renowned Hainanese chicken rice, and who can forget their mouth-watering bowl of Hakka Yong Tau Fu.
but how often do we realize that it is thanks to our different dialects that we get to enjoy such good food? As compared to Western food, dialect food has its own distinct and unique taste. Anywhere in the world, you can get French fries, chicken chops, and donuts, but it is only in Singapore that one can get a mixture of the different dialect foods.
Now that you've seen that dialects have brought us so much flavor, how else are dialects really unique to us?
Hi everyone, it's 9 AM now. We're now at Chinatown trying to find out more about Chinese opera and dialects. Let's go.
That's right, tucked in the corner of Smith Street, our group discovered a cozy little place known as the Chinese Theatre Circle, or CTC in short. CTC is a non-profit opera troupe that actively promotes the art of Chinese opera, having staged over 2,000 performances in Singapore and abroad.
跟黃劇科嚟嘅，咁樣咧平時咧嗰啲上咗年紀啲咧，好似啲阿伯啊、阿叔啊，
Well, thankfully, someone spoke English here, and she is none other than Miss C2 Hoi Xiang, lead actress at the CTC. Miss C2 has chalked up no less than 2,000 Chinese opera performances in Singapore and abroad.
I think it's not used enough, and I think we should maintain the dialect. So our mother tongue, I would say. So all of us should keep it with us.
So therefore it's worth preserving.
Of course.
Why do you think it's worth preserving?
Well, if you lost your mother tongue, then you are just a Singaporean and that's all. But if you still have your mother tongue, at least you can say that I'm a Hokkien or I'm a Teochew or I'm a Cantonese. And when you really in a big country like in China, that is very significant that if you are one of the dialect itself. Of course, our ancestors come from there.
Dialects would promote social cohesion.
Well, I think there's a sort of saying that when you speak the same language, you understand each culture better. So I believe if we have our own dialect, then we can understand our own roots better too.
Our early Chinese immigrants hailed from different parts of China, bringing with them different dialects and culture when they first arrived in Singapore. Street performances, or wayangs, were a common source of entertainment for these migrants. Later on, however, as Singapore became more densely populated and urbanized, many villages where street wayangs were once held soon turned into HDB new towns or factory areas. Professional troupes disbanded, and Chinese opera went on a decline. Mrs. Joanna Wong, CTC's artistic director, tells us more about this dying tradition.
Why is it necessary to promote Chinese opera in society?
Chinese opera is an art form that is to be appreciated. It's like you go to a museum, you appreciate artifacts, right? Some very old artifacts. It's art. Chinese opera is an art. And it's an art that belongs to us Chinese, Singaporean Chinese. Although Chinese opera came originally from China, but we Singaporean Chinese, therefore Chinese opera is our ethnic art. So we should preserve ethnic art.
What? So you're at Chinese Opera Institute?
I'm at Chinese Opera Institute.
We're now at Middle Road, and our next interviewee is Madam Tsai, Executive Secretary from Chinese Opera Institute. Let's find out what she has to say about Chinese opera, dialects, and our forefathers.
在新加坡的未来有何感想？
因为现在政府也已经在有发现到这个觉得已经注意到这个戏曲的重要性。那么现在戏曲政府是有说推广说艺术，政府通过社团呢，社团是很积极在推动这个戏曲，这个方言戏曲。但是很多年轻人，好像中小学啊，他们在学校里都是说英语跟华语，所以比较缺乏这个方言这个语言环境。方言呢要推向高峰一点，就是说。就是大家要认识到这个戏曲这个方言的重要性，因为方言呢是我们的祖先带给我们的这个语言，其实是有很丰富的这个文化遗产在里面，所以我觉得这个方言呢对我们是非常重要，因为它是我们的根。如果一个人不懂得自己的方言呢，他就失去了自己的根。也就迷失了自己的方向。我觉得这一点呢是非常非常重要的。那么我希望呢，在接下来这个以后呢，大家整个社会都能够来重视这个问题，让我们的年轻一代认识到自己的根，要不然我们的年轻一代就不知道我们的根在哪里了。
谢谢。
Following are excerpts from local online forum regarding the issue of dialects. Our next interviewee is Mrs. Lim Boon Tan, Executive Director of the Singapore Federation of Chinese Clans Association. She shares with us some stats as well as her feelings towards dialects in Singapore.
方言真的不再流传了，真的就断绝了，你会有什么感触呢？
我觉得在新加坡是没有办法的，所以如果有一天在新加坡消失掉这个方言，我觉得也是可以预见的。2000年呢，新加坡的一个调查报告，讲英语的人，这个%率一直上升，讲华语的也是上升，但是上升一点点。可是讲方言的呢，就下降了10几个%。你看10年的下降是这样，再10年又是怎么样？可能就是有一天就是没有这个方言。
Daisy, give yourself away. Look up at the rain.
我讲方言，我的下一代或者我的孙啊都不了解，变成就很难沟通，变成其中一定要一个说要适合对方的语言来配合他们。
Comes up from the ocean, give herself away. She comes down easy on rich and dead, the same when she gives herself away. Let it go, Daisy, let it go. Open up your fist. This fallen world doesn't hold your interest. It doesn't hold your soul. Daisy, let it go.
Today we are in Orchard, interviewing people.
Okay. Like when I should now trying to get it.
So when do we say it now?
When I say a question.
Okay. On the internet was ready to see the Chinese abroad.
So is there anything special that attracts all of you here?
Now that you've seen how dialects can be filled with now that you've seen that dialects can be filled with so much flavor. Now that you have seen that dialects have brought us so much flavor.
High Alps are dialects too. First, Stop, please! Stop, really!